Coming up on Dig It. Oh, this is my worst nightmare, and it's actually coming true.
Something crawled into my nostrils.
Oh!
I was like, what is... Oh my God, there's something in my nostrils. I had buried it in the garden, and it was like a really small little garden, and they never found it.
All of that right after this.
Hi, Joe.
Hello.
Have you recovered from what was quite a hectic weekend for you, my darling? We had Radio 2 in the Park, the festival, which was amazing. But you'd already been somewhere to DJ.
Have I recovered? Not yet. Waiting for the weekend.
Also, can I just say, I loved outside that they had Dame Jo Wiley, and there were cocktails named after you in your honour, like the Wiley Coyote.
Yeah, and the, what was it? What were the other ones? G.I. Joe, I think there was, and Sloppy Joe. That's it. There was a Sloppy Joe cocktail.
And a Sloppy Joe.
Yeah.
But also the fact they call you Dame Jo Wiley.
Scott Mills. I have Scott Mills to thank for that. Yeah. He's
so
always
good.
called me Dame Jo Wiley. Like, one day, Scott, maybe one day. He was trying to persuade me to do pantomime the other day.
Oh,
I shared a car with
goodness.
him, and he was like, do it. It's really good fun. I know you've done it, haven't you?
I did it once. I was terrible. I was so miscast. I was Cinderella. I mean, I'm giant. I was bigger than Prince Charming, lovely Gary, who was adorable. And I was totally miscast. I couldn't sing, but I was with Bella Emberg and Bernie Clifton, icons of the entertainment world. Bernie Clifton played my dad, Baron Hardup, and every night I used to have to cry in the fireplace because I didn't get to go to the ball. And he and the rest of the team round the back of the fireplace would do everything they could to corpse me, and they got me every single night. And it was the most fun month I'd ever had. But I'm not the girly one. I don't know what I'd be now. I'd be I don't know, what would I be? Genie of the lamp.
I'd be Widow Twanky or something. Yeah.
Widow Twanky. we could be the Ugly Sisters together.
Yeah, we could be the Ugly Sisters.
It was really lovely to be together with all to be together with the gang that we work with and the radio, and to be together with to meet face to face all our amazing listeners. And I have to say, the weather was perfect, and I had some complete moments. I saw you with Suede and Def Leppard, and you DJ'd as well. Absolutely killed it.
Oh, I don't know about
I had
that.
so many people coming up going, Jo Wiley DJing was my favourite moment of the
Really?
weekend.
Oh,
yes.
God.
And also it makes me laugh because everyone's so nervous before they go on. And like Vern, Sarah, you, Fern, and then absolutely kill it.
I know the conversations we have beforehand, I mean, with you and with Fern and with Sarah, everyone just saying, oh my God, I'm dreading it. Like, they don't mind going on the TV, they don't mind going on the radio, but being in front of those people in that tent, for some reason, it instills the fear of God. and I did go out on stage, and I did the hi, hello everybody, hi Chelmsford, waving, really, really lovely. And I went round to the desk and pressed my button to play the first song. And of course, nothing happened.
Oh my God.
And there was some tech issue. And you stand there, you're like, oh, this is my worst nightmare, and it's actually coming true. And I've just got to stand here like a lemon while somebody tries to work out the tech.
I had a real mum moment where Jeremy Vine was on the gantry standing on a bench dancing to Ronan, loving each day as if it's your last, or it might have been Life is a Roller Coaster. And I was overwhelmed and got up next to him, and the two of us are waving our arms, and there's a rear view shot, and my bum has never looked so mum. It was like mum bum on a bench with Jeremy Vine. And I think I did say on the radio, it's like, Mum and Dad have had a glass of wine. Come on, everybody.
No, your legs looked ridiculously long. Like, yours and Jeremy's legs were almost on par. You had really, really excellent long legs. So don't beat yourself up about that.
If you're loving Dig It, make sure you hit the follow on Apple or Spotify. It means they'll download to your phone as soon as they're out. As they're saying at the moment, Oasis summer, Radiohead winter. I have registered to get my tickets for Radiohead on Friday. I've got my brothers trying, got friends trying as well. Radiohead are going to be playing O2. If I can't get tickets at O2, then I will go to Denmark. I'll go to Copenhagen if I need to. Because again, I think they are such an incredible band to see live. And there were these rumours going around, weren't they, that it's like, apparently Radiohead are going to play. Are they? And then there were the flyers. What a brilliant campaign, flyers around London with dates and so I'm very excited about.
They're all
trying
back.
To get
They're all
tickets
back. We've had Blur, we've had Pulp, Oasis, which we never thought we'd see, Suede, Manic's back.
These are our era
Now Radiohead, yeah, absolutely. But like you say, just being even better than they were back in the day, because they're still creatives. And we keep saying this every week, I think, just they're still creatives and they've still got it, and why they can still function.
We need a new name for it as well, don't we? Because we had the indie sleaze era. What do we call it now?
What is it in 2025? It's something about the rebirth or resurgence or the claiming their crown or their thrones again. It's just like the comeback kids. I don't know. Somebody, if people are listening right now and you've got much better ideas than any of the rubbish ones I've just said, what can we call it? What can we call this era?
If it's not indie sleaze era, what is this era? Suggestions, please.
So anyway, that was our weekend. We were very, very busy over the weekend.
Can I tell you something weird happened to me in the night? I wasn't sleeping very well last night because I was trying to think of things to talk about on the podcast. And as I was lying there, something crawled into my nostrils. And I don't know whether it was a spider or a fly or a moth, but I was like, oh my God, there's something in my nostrils. And, they are like the size of barns. It was, so people always talk about that thing that spiders climb in your ears in the night. Yeah. I'm sure whatever the creature was, it was trying to make its way from one side of the bedroom to the other and had no intention of going into my nostrils.
It was a tunnel.
But and then of course I felt quite trippy because I was like, oh my God, think of the amount of things that have crawled up my nostrils. Anyway, this is a side story.
No, hang on. Really so what did you do? Did you get out and blow your nose, or you picked it out?
Freaked out and just was like trying to get out. And this morning I was checking all the tissues to see if there was sort of any legs or anything. I was like, is it a spider that is trying to find somewhere to nest for the winter that crawled into my nostrils? I know. Sorry. I don't know why I felt the need to tell you that story.
That's right. I tell you what happened to me when we were doing the... Again, we digress. That's what we should have called this. Not we dig or dig it. We digress. When I was doing the TV, I had my earpiece in. And I wedged it in my ear and was doing this interview, and then went to take it out after the interview. And I pulled out the wire, but left the earbud in my ear, but really deep in my ear. And all I could think about was Fatima Whitbread on I'm a Celebrity with a cockroach. Do you remember a cockroach got either in her ear or up her nose? So I was having this crazy panic of like, I'm just never going to be able to get this out. So we had to, Heather, who does our makeup, had to get her longest tweezers and kind of ferret around in my eardrum and manage to pull it out. But the guy nearly had a panic attack. It was horrible.
That's so gross. People, you see this all the time, don't you? Like kids finding peas or whatever they've shoved up into their noses and ears, because it's something that kids do. I'm sure that if there's anyone who listens to the pod who works in A&E, will be able to tell us some horrific stories about strange things that have been lodged in strange places, some that we probably can't share.
But we would love to know, and then we can share some of those. Yeah,
if you have any stories about strange things being stuck in orifices that you could share with us, especially kids like Lego, or what is it when you're little, you're like, I might try and stick this in here. Anyway, but they got it out. You're okay.
I'm fine. But head to the show notes and all the details of how you can leave us a voice note with your stories, and we can share with everybody else, because we know that you will absolutely have loads to tell us, and we're all ears. We'd love to know. Thank you. One other thing I wanted to say off the back of the weekend is that something that was going on while we were doing our DJ sets, I was getting constant photographs and videos of my sister who's gone on a holiday. She lives in a care home, and so she's looked after by this amazing team of people, and she's got her friends that she lives with, and they've gone to Great Yarmouth for the weekend. I mean, I used to go to Great Yarmouth with my sister and my mum and dad, and we'd stay in a caravan. That was our summer holiday. But she's gone back to Great Yarmouth with her friends. And I just kept getting these updates from her lovely carers. So it's Sarah and Bernie and Linda have taken them. And Frances's friends are Chloe and Caroline. And they're just like this amazing girl gang that are there living their best life, staying in this big house, going to the seafront. I got some lovely photographs of the three girls, where they superimpose you in front of a shark tank, and like the three of them are there. And they're all in their like 50s, and it means so much that they've gone on a holiday. My mum and dad can't take them anymore. Frances has never really done holidays very well. It's always very, very hard work.
Yeah.
But the fact that she's got one-to-one care, these carers have taken her. It's been really, really challenging and very difficult to organise the holiday, because trying to get money released to fund the holiday, trying to find the right accommodation, trying to find carers who can actually devote them and themselves to the holiday. It's taken a really long time to make it happen. So anybody who's got people with learning disabilities or special needs, or if you're a carer yourself, I just wanted to say, I know what it's like for you, because I've lived it, and I'm very, very grateful to those carers who've taken them away and are giving them the best time. I mean, like the photographs and the videos I'm getting of Frances, absolutely helpless, just because Sarah's making stupid noises in the background and making her laugh. And it's just like, this is all I ever wanted for her, really, just to have these times, have these fun times. So I'm mega grateful to anybody. If you are a carer, if you are a parent, if you're in a family, it's a thank you. Just thanks to all the carers and people who look after people like my sister. She's had a brilliant time. She's had such a fun time, and it's made me really happy. So the contrast of being in Chelmsford doing DJ sets, Frances was actually calling me when I was on stage in Cardiff at Tiger Yard.
She likes to do that, doesn't she?
It was flashing up, and I was like, Frances, I can't take your phone call right now, but I know you're having a great time in Great Yarmouth. So yeah, it's just a thank you, please, that I wanted to put out on this show today, just to say, yeah, cheers.
And you're so good to shout out carers, because they
they're
are
vital.
the hardest workers, the most dedicated folk, and
they don't get paid enough. Bottom line, they don't get enough money. No.
It's crazy, isn't it? And they just need to be appreciated so much in all ways, quite frankly.
Yeah. They're the only way that we can function. It's the only way that our family have been able to carry on, because there are people there who are in the caring profession who give themselves and will do really, really tough work in the middle of the night, loads of challenging behaviour that they have to deal with. And they're phenomenally selfless people. And the reason they do what they do is actually, frankly, not because of the money, because there isn't enough, but because they care, because they love the people they look after. So yeah, they're the best of the best of us. Let's take a quick break for some ads.
If you're enjoying the podcast, why not become a subscriber to The Potting Shed?
You will get longer episodes, you get some bonus content, and also access to our members' chat room where we can share tips.
You'll also get early access to live shows when they happen.
But most importantly, you'll be supporting the show. To subscribe, head to digitpod.co.uk, or you can tap the link in the show notes.
This episode of Dig It is sponsored by Ancient and Brave.
Zoe, I love a wellness routine, and I've added creatine to mine.
Oh, tell me more.
I will. True Creatine Plus from Ancient and Brave. I just pop it in my tea or a smoothie. No taste, no drama.
And you don't have to be training for a triathlon, right?
Absolutely not. It supports strength, recovery, energy, and new research is saying it even supports brain function, and it's good on rest days too.
Love that. Plus, it's got taurine, vitamin D, magnesium. It's like a little daily lift.
Plus, they're a B Corp, proud members of 1% for the Planet, meaning that 1% of all their sales, which they've now increased to 2%, goes directly to environmental causes that protect our planet.
So it's wellness for you and the planet. Go to ancientandbrave.earth/planet and use code DIGIT for 20% off your first one-off purchase.
That's code DIGIT at ancientandbrave.earth/planet. This episode is brought to you by Airbnb.
Jo, what are your holiday non-negotiables?
Okay, not that I'm fussy, but it has to be a nice bed, a big TV, and a comfy sofa to watch it from. An Airbnb would be ideal.
I stayed in an Airbnb once in Colorado. It was a tree house. An actual house built in a tree. Honestly, it was like being in a film. I was so grateful to my host for such an amazing, scenic experience, as well as a seriously comfy, lovely home.
Oh my God, you would make a great Airbnb host. Everybody says that you're incredibly thoughtful and generous. I've actually got a friend who hosts her place while she's away, just every now and then when it suits her, and she really loves the flexibility.
I've never thought about hosting before. I guess you can start small and see how it feels. It doesn't have to be a big thing.
Exactly, and it might help top up the holiday fund for your own treehouse getaway. Your home might be worth more than you think. Find out how much at airbnb.co.uk/host.
So I saw this thing the other day, Jo, about how some house buyers want to try out a home before buying it. Try before you buy.
Okay.
Which I was like, God, that's quite bonkers. Does that mean you get to sort of live in it for a day or two?
How does that work? Yeah, because surely lots of people
yeah.
want to try it out. So do you all live together or you take it a week at a time? I can't
Yeah.
quite see
Or
how
do
that
you
would work.
have it
How
for
does
a
it work?
weekend or something or other? I mean, and it could work in favour of the seller, and it could also work against, because also you might be like, oh, no, the light here is terrible and the plumbing is awful. What are you like at buying houses? When I've moved quite a lot just because of, circumstance and and I'm here and there. I'm pretty good at, once I've decided I'm going to move, I'll do it and then I'll find a new place. I'm pretty good at walking in somewhere and going, no, quite quickly. I'll fall in love with somewhere quite quickly, see the potential quite quickly, and then sort of get on with it. It drives me mad. It takes so long, the process. I've got friends doing it at the moment where you find your house, and it is such a tricky market. People being gazumped and buyers pulling out, and it can be such a nightmare. And I always try to say to mates, when they're having a tough time, it's like, what will be, and if you're meant to have that place, you'll have it.
I have to see a million houses before I find the actual house, because I know what I like, I know what the important things are. So before we got this house where we are right now, we actually came to see it once and I wasn't convinced about it for some reason. I don't know, I just didn't like stuff around it, and I just had issues and it just didn't feel quite right. And I'm really fussy, I'm really picky. And so we came and looked at it and I was like, I don't really think I want to live here. And Steve was really keen. He loved it. He really, really liked the house. But I just couldn't see myself living here. So we binned it and we decided not to go for it. And somebody else moved into the house. And we stayed where we were and we were very happy in that house. That was all fine. And then we decided to move again. And this house came on the market again. And we had been in the interim to see so many houses. And because we've got the 4 kids, we needed 4 bedrooms. And I just really like light. So we'd go and see lots of country cottages, and we'd literally, I'd step in one foot inside the door and I'd be like, nope, not right, nope, too dark, ceiling's too low, dark beams, don't like that.
You're a tall gang.
Yeah, exactly. Also, garden, have to have a south facing garden. That's number 1 on the list, because I want to sit outside and enjoy dinner with the sun going down and all that kind of stuff. And then this house came on the market again, so Steve dragged me back to look at it, and for some reason I just felt differently about it. Someone had moved in and they'd changed quite a lot about it, which we then changed back, but we bought it. So it took me about 3 years to actually move into this house, but I'm really happy we did, and I can't see myself moving out of it for a really, really long time. But just I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm obsessed with location. I love watching those people going through absolute turmoil about whether they're going to buy a house or not. And I'm just like looking at houses going, no, I wouldn't move there. No, that's not quite right.
I wouldn't. No.
I love Kirsty so much, and Phil.
Oh, property shows. I'm really excited because Richie used to work on The Breakfast Show, is doing Escape to the Country. I'm like, that is the dream job.
Yeah,
because also, I'm like, one day he might see a home that he'll want to buy. Are you allowed to do that? You're allowed to gazump the people on the show. Because I love shows like that. And I love George. George's amazing
George
places.
Clark. George Clark.
I love...
and Grand Designs, of course.
Grand Designs. I mean, God,
Yes.
that is so car crash at times, isn't it? When you're like, somewhere near us is the Concrete House, which I think was on Grand Designs, and it looks so unsightly. I always think the people around it must be like, God, it looks so awful. But I imagine inside, I think it's pretty amazing.
Did you ever do Through the Keyhole?
No. Oh my God.
For some reason, I thought it was a good idea.
They did your house.
I let Keith
Through the
Lemon come to
Keyhole.
our house. Yeah. But obviously, as soon as I agreed to do it, I was just like, I have to hide anything that he could possibly expose or take the mickey out of in the house. And I cleaned every single nook and cranny and cupboard and drawer and got rid of anything that could be vaguely incriminating. And it was the cleanest, tidiest house you've ever been to. He probably walked in and thought, this is really sterile. It's like a showroom. But I just wanted the house to look as good as it could possibly be. And it was almost like selling the house on TV. It was ridiculous. It was so funny. But it was good. It was good to do.
Did they guess? How quickly did they guess?
It took him a little while, and then I think it was Jimmy Carr. Jimmy Carr realised he was the one who guessed it. But my kids had the best time. I mean, you had Keith Lemon coming around the house, and they did, because we've got a tree house, and so they made it into like a mini Glastonbury. And so someone was DJing, and all my kids' friends were there in the crowd, like pretending to be at a festival. And I wasn't allowed to be there. So when I eventually saw it on TV, I was like, what the hell was going on in my house and my garden? But it was a really good memory. It was a really fun thing to do for the kids. So good.
God, I'd love it. I want Stacey Solomon to come round. What's her show?
To organise it. Does she organise stuff? Yeah,
go through my wardrobes. Yeah, they come in and they take all your stuff to a garage, lay it all out, and the people on it are like horrified. And then they cull it all, and then they put it back. I always wonder with those shows. It's like makeover shows, how long it stays like that. I always want to see a year later. It's like, did they keep it as sorted?
I've just managed to find my, I don't know what it is, whether it's a trophy or what it is, but it says, Keith's been through my keyhole. It's a velveteen box. And when I open it up inside, there's a picture of me. Look, there's a picture of me and Jay-Z, which they obviously took because Jay-Z came around the house one time. Yeah. And it says, Keith's been through my keyhole. And then it's a beautiful diamante. It's like a massive key ring, to be honest with you. And it's like a keyhole rather.
That is cool, iconic. That is really cool.
Did not know that photograph of me and Jay-Z were there.
Also, I'm still obsessed with the fact that Jay-Z came around your house. I mean,
yeah, me too.
Ridiculous.
Me too. It is ridiculous.
If you are living with friends or, I don't know, celeb musicians or whoever who would your ideal retirement home pals be?
If we were going to do some kind of celebrity house, and surely we'd have Jamie Oliver. We'd let Jamie live with us because he would cook all the meals, and he's such a sweetheart.
So good.
Yeah,
he is a sweetheart.
Yeah. So and he's entertaining.
Well, we'd have to have some of the guys maybe from the repair shop, like Dom from the repair shop, because he could mend everything and make everything work. Yeah, which should be handy.
Yeah, Jamie Butterworth, he can tend the garden. He can look after the garden. So we'll have Jamie living with us as well.
He's way off retirement though. He's too young. He'd have to get a job
employ
there.
Him. We can employ him.
Jamie's dead young. He's not going to be in a retirement home. He's just got married. But yes, maybe I need to choose older people.
We've got no women. I've just realised we have.
Yeah, women. Yeah, we do need some brilliant women as well.
Self-esteem. I'd have Rebecca. She could be in charge of music. I'd have her singing in the background, and she makes me laugh an awful lot. So
yeah, she tells it like it is. That girl.
Yeah, she does. Yeah,
she's fierce. I realise later that I'm going to think of all sorts of people. Can we have Julie Walters, please? I have just been recently re-watching loads of Victoria Wood sketches. I don't know. I think it's my algorithm. They keep coming up, and those two girls together, Victoria Wood and Julie Walters, made some of the best television. And Celia Imrie, I'm slightly obsessed with as well.
And Dawn French is also really, really funny.
Dawn.
Yeah.
She's hilarious. And isn't she does she into her garden? Is Dawn into her garden?
She's into her garden, yeah.
Yeah.
And she can just make scones for us all.
Let's not get on the jam and cream.
No, but now I do need to know what you would do. What do you do when you do scones? Which way round?
Well, I personally will always do jam first, then cream, which I think is the Cornish way rather than... What? Look at your face. It's madness to do it the other way round. What?
No, because you want loads of cream at the bottom, like loads and loads of cream, and then you just want a little tiny dash of jam on the top just for the flavouring, because you don't want the jam to just overpower everything.
No, stop it. That's ridiculous. Honestly, Jo, you're a wise woman. It's like, surely, think about it. The jam spreads and then the cream sticks to it, and you can do a mountain of cream on top of it, but the other way
maybe
round.
There's a logic there.
Let's do a poll.
Maybe we do a poll. Let's see.
Let's do a poll. See. Do you do it the Devon way or the Cornish way? I do it the Cornish way, which I believe is the correct way. Jam first, and then the cream.
Okay, I do it the Devon way, which is the cream on the bottom and then the jam on the top. So where do you sit? We will do a Spotify poll, and when we'll give you the results next time round. Now, spring might feel a little way off, but this is the time that you have to be active in the garden. You have to start thinking ahead for how you want your garden to look next year. So it's the time to be really, really active. And our commune gardener, Jamie, who we're employing when we are all living together, Jamie Butterworth from Gardener's World, has sent us his pick of bulbs to plant this autumn, because this is when you need to be buying them, just so that you can have all that colour in your borders or in your pots, wherever you want to put them. We weren't entirely sure what we were supposed to be doing. Jamie is the expert. So here are Jamie's top recommendations.
Hi Jo, hi Zoe. I've heard you're looking at spring flowering bulbs and what to plant now. So the best bulbs to be looking at this time of year are alliums and daffodils. Although we're probably still a few weeks away from optimal planting time, but it is good to start planting them in September. Hold fire on bulbs like tulips, because from my experience, it's best to plant them from November onwards when it's a little bit colder. When you're planting your bulbs, when you do get round to it, as a rule of thumb, you want to be planting them about 3 times the depth of the bulb, but don't overthink it. More is more. Get double the amount of bulbs you think you'll need, because they look so much better en masse. For when it comes to it, these are a few of my favourites that I've pulled out. This is Narcissus Pheasant's Eye, which is a daffodil with a lovely crimson ring around it and a butty yellow centre. That's one of my favourites. Tetati, which is a really small, bright, cheerful yellow one, brilliant for pots and containers. Narcissus Failure, which is this pure white, brilliant if you're going for a minimalistic sort of approach, brilliant for pots as well. So those are 3 of my favourite daffodils, and I've got 3 of my favourite alliums here. We've got Graceful Beauty, which is this soft white with sort of these pink lilac stamens, very classy. Spherocephalon, which will flower in sort of June, July time, so brilliant for extending the season of interest. And then this one is a bit of a sore point for me. This is Allium Purple Sensation. It's Monty Don's favourite allium. It's the one plant he wanted me to grow lots of for Chelsea, and it's the one plant that all went over before the show. So Monty did remind me several times that he wanted loads of these in the garden, but unfortunately it was a bit too hot. But we're going to go again now, and so if you're after Monty's favourite allium, one of my favourite alliums, and one that will just do really well in your garden, this is a really good one for you. What I'm going to do, actually, is pull together a mixture of my favourite bulbs for you. I'm going to put them in a box, I'm going to post it down to you, and hopefully then you can get them in the ground in the next few weeks and be greeted by the most brilliant display next spring.
Amazing, Jamie, thank you so much.
What a sweetheart.
I do think it's funny because at this time of year, it's almost like we have the summer holidays, and then the very last week of the summer holidays, and as everyone's going back to school, all of a sudden you just get bombarded, whether it's on Instagram or in your inbox, by bulbs. Everyone just, all the companies
You
just
need
going,
these.
buy your bulbs, buy your bulbs, buy your bulbs. So I'm really glad that Jamie said, don't freak out, don't panic about tulips, because it is too early to get your tulip ones. But because they're like sweets, and everyone's just like, oh my God, I'm in a sweet shop, I need to buy all the sweets now. You actually don't need to. You can hold off if you want to.
You can hold off. And we must say congratulations to Jamie, because he just got married. So
yes.
Hooray for love.
We should say Jamie's got a new book out, which is absolutely fantastic. If you need some kind of a guide, if you can never quite get the plant combinations right, then he's done a really beautiful book. It's called What Grows Together, and it just tells it like it is. It just shows you the plants that you should buy and which ones you should put together and where you should put them. That's all we want to know, really, isn't it?
And you can never have enough gardening books, as both you and I know.
Cannot.
It's the inspiration. I actually have them in the downstairs loo, the gardening books, and I've had so many people come out and be like, oh my goodness me, I've just seen this amazing thing in the gardening book. I just, honestly, I love any gardening television shows, any gardening books. And I must say thanks also to Arit, lovely Arit Anderson.
I got this.
She's done some bulbs with Sarah Raven, who is another favourite of mine. I get a lot of stuff from Sarah Raven. She does great bulbs. And Arit's done a thing with her. And so some of those bulbs have just arrived. I think they might be tulips. And I've got the squirrel issue. So I've just got to be clever about planting my tulips. I've now learned you've got to put them very deep and grow other things over them, or do a mesh. So what I might do is tulips in pots and then put something over the top. But I'll be planting those later. Now, Jo, crate digging this week behind your fantastic Keith Spin Up My Keyhole from Through the Keyhole. You have a great record. Talk us through it.
I do have a great record. I haven't actually had time to get a new record because life. So I've gone back in time and I've gone to one of the first records I bought, and it's The Clash. And it's the album that's got Janie Jones, it's got Remote Control, it's got I haven't got my glasses on so I can't read everything and I can't remember, Police and Thieves. Anyway, it's the debut album. It's called The Clash, and it's I mean, I've had this for like 3 decades, I think, and I love it so much indeed. That's one that I go back to. I played it on my show the other day, and it was we had it as vinyl revival, so it's a very good record. But if I was going to recommend, because I haven't got it here, but I did want to talk about the new album from CMAT, which is called Euro Country, and she's such an amazing character. She's a brilliant performer. If you get to see her live at any point, if you get the chance, go, because she's really entertaining and she does great dance routines and she dresses up and she's got a fantastic voice. So CMAT would be my new music recommendation, and Euro Country is the album. And for something old, then the debut album from The Clash, you can't go wrong with that. So yeah, that's my music offering today, miss.
Right, I'm going in. We've had some slightly questionable pulls from here, so I'm
your Oasis one got people super excited last week.
Oh
that was
my
great.
God, the picture disc. And I felt really bad because I hadn't even played them. So my record player is actually down here and it's not even plugged in. Right, I'm going to go here this week. I'm going in here. And what have we... Oh, it's my Sesame Street album. This is my Sesame Street album, which I have had since I was a little girl. And it's got all my favourite songs, Who Are the People in the Neighbourhood, and Come and Play. Look, it's falling apart. It's so old. And I actually had the most fabulous conversation with my nephew Zach yesterday, who has just got into the Muppet Show and was doing mana do 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 do. I am obsessed with Jim Henson and all his incredible creations. Look, it's got the Cookie Monster. I've got two. But Who Are the People in Your Neighbourhood is one of my favourites. And then just behind it, we have the Muppet Show album. So there you go. I have to say that Sesame Street album has not been played for quite a long time.
But how precious.
Look, it's very,
cool.
very precious.
Yes.
In one of these albums is on the sleeve, I don't think it's in this one, it says something like Zoe Ball is a very naughty girl. And I think I'd obviously done something quite naughty when I was young. It could be the time that I pulled every single leaf off my mum's beloved rubber plant that went up 2 flights of stairs and laid them all out on the floor and made them into a pattern. But somewhere it says Zoe Ball is a very naughty girl, and my mum laughed about it.
Zoe, stop! How did she react?
I think she was heartbroken, but she couldn't be cross with me for long. And there was another time when my dad had bought her a really beautiful bracelet, and I'd clearly had my eye on it as a toddler. And one day she couldn't find it and she said, Zoe, have you seen Mummy's bracelet? And I pointed in the garden and pretty much said, I digged it. You what? I digged it. And I had buried it in the garden, and it was like a really small little garden, and they had all the neighbours digging to try and find it because I think it was quite sort of pricey and flash.
Expensive.
And they never found it. I digged it. That's all I said. Yeah.
Oh my God. I really hope one day somebody discovers that treasure. And they realise how precious it is and how expensive. Wow. That's
I was quite a naughty little girl. There you go.
Good story to end on.
That's all we've got time for today. Back again on Monday to dig in and hear what you've been saying. If you have any questions, tips or general thoughts on some of the subjects we've covered, contact us. We love hearing from you. Our WhatsApp and our email address are in the show notes.
And if you want to find all of these song selections in one place, our Dig It playlist will be on our very first Substack newsletter, which will be in your inbox every Friday, starting this Friday.
Oh, exciting. Essentially, everything you've thought, I must take that down. It'll all be on the Substack newsletter. What we've been reading, wearing, listening to, the link to subscribe is in our show notes. All right, gorgeous. I'll see you on Monday.
Lots of love. Bye.
Take care. Bye. Dig It is a Persephonica production.